I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. And as you can see by my screen, we're going to be talking about creating cash and residual income in your synergy business. Got some very enthusiastic people with thumbs up, because if you're going to do a business, any type of business, the goal is to create cash. And the nice thing about something like network marketing, you can create what's also called residual income. And so today's presentation is going to be helping you understand how the synergy compensation plan, especially key parts of the synergy compensation plan, helps you create both your cash flow and your residual income to grow your synergy business. But before we get to that, I want to start off with a question. And that question is this: is it economically worthwhile having a synergy business? Anything that you're going to do from any business standpoint, is it economically worthwhile investing in building that business? And so the question is it economically worthwhile in building your synergy business? And one of the things that I wanted to pull up is some current statistics with regards to what people make here in America. Now, these statistics are from the Bureau of Labor Statistics from the second quarter of 2017. So they're not in 2019, and they don't reflect last year, 2018, but this is current information from 2017. And you can see that on the left-hand side, there's the income for men. Right-hand side is income for women. You can see how it's broken out in age categories from 16 years of age to over 65 years of age. And if you look at this to the left side and the right side, you'll notice that the average yearly income for men is about $10,000 to $12,000 higher than women. And I didn't go and pull economic information for ethnic groups in America, but I'm sure that if I did, certain ethnic groups would also have an average yearly income even less than what you see for women. Now, here's the reality of network marketing and a network marketing business, is that your income is not determined by your sex, it's not determined by your age, and it's not determined by your ethnic background. What it's determined by is your efforts to market products and a business opportunity. And so this applies to your synergy business. Your synergy business is all about not who you are, your age category, your sex, or your heritage. It's about who you are in putting the effort in to market products and the synergy business opportunity, to market the synergy products and to market the synergy business opportunity. That's going to define whether it's economically viable for you to have a synergy business. Now, I wanted to look, and so the average for January of 2018, the median household income in the United States was just slightly over $59,000. There's been an uptake in income in America over the last 2 years. We won't get into politics about it. The reality is there's been an uptake in the income, the average income. So currently, or I shouldn't say currently, but as of January of last year, the median household income was $59,000 on an annual basis. Now, most people in network marketing don't do network marketing on a full-time basis. They do it on a part-time basis. And so one of the things I wanted to see is what was the average salary for part-time jobs. So I went to ZipRecruiter. They had a nice infographic. And as you can see by their infographic, it ranged from $14,000 on a yearly part-time yearly income all the way up to $52,500, and the average was $27,284 per year. Now, I thought that was pretty impressive for a part-time income, but the key question was, well, how many hours is part-time? Because when you look at Bureau of Statistics, depending upon who you're reading, 30 hours or less is considered part-time, 34 hours or less is considered part-time, in some cases 39 hours or less is considered part-time. So one of the things that I did is I found that as of February 28th of 2019, the most current statistic that I could find, I mean, this is this just ended a couple days ago, that the average hourly pay for part-time people, part-time in the United States, is $13 an hour. Now, average means there is that. Some people make less, some people make more. I didn't pull the graph, but here in the state of Illinois, the average hourly pay for part-time is just slightly over $9 an hour. In New York, it's slightly over $13 an hour. So what I did is I took the $27,284 per year divided by 52 weeks out of the year. That got me a base income of $524. Let's round it off to $525 per week. Divided by 13 hours per week, that's 40 hours. That pretty much looks like full-time work to me. So a lot of people, again, in network marketing are not doing network marketing full-time. They're doing this part-time. They have another job, whether that job be in the corporate world, whether that job be at home, raising kids, taking care of family, whatever that job entails, they're doing it full-time. And so if they're going to do a synergy business, they need to do it part-time. So what I did is I wanted to establish some type of baseline for us to be able to make a comparison, to be able to answer that question: is it viably economic? Is it economically viable for you to have a synergy business? And so if we use $13 an hour, which is $4 higher an hour in Illinois than what most people make here in Illinois part-time. So I just used 13 as the basis for this. And if you put 10 hours a week into your synergy business, or if you put 10 hours into a part-time business and got paid $13 an hour, and you did that for the full year of 52 weeks, your annual income would be $6,760. And you can see if you did 15 hours a week and 20 hours a week, how it went from basically $6,800 to just slightly over $10,000 a year to just slightly over $13,500 a year. So I wanted to establish a baseline of comparison so that you could begin to look at what is the potential in your synergy business and how it would compare to having a part-time job. And asking this question: are you willing to commit 10 hours per week to your synergy business? You know, if you have a part-time job, it's not like, okay, I think I'll go to work this week. No, your employer's not going to let you do that. If you have a part-time job, your employer is saying to you, I want you here at this facility or doing this job on these days at this time, and you're committing to that person that you're going to show up and put in the hours and do the work necessary to get paid the $13 an hour. So in your synergy business, the problem is you don't have a boss that you report to other than the person that you see in the mirror. That's your boss. And many times the person that you see in the mirror, it's easy to use an excuse to get off what we need to do. So the question is, are you willing to commit 10 hours per week to your synergy business? And the other question is, will it be equal to having a part-time job of 10 hours per week? Meaning, can you build a synergy business by committing 10 hours a week to be able to at least earn enough income that if you were working for someone, you would at least be able to achieve that income or more? With that as our premise, we need to look at the Synergy Worldwide Dual Linear Mega Match Compensation Plan. Understand that there are 7 streams of income within that compensation plan. We're not going to do a Saturday presentation on the Synergy Compensation Plan. We've done it in the past. There are recorded videos that you can watch. In fact, you can go onto our Synergy family. You can go onto many of the pages, and you can find, let's see, if we go down to your Synergy family, I'm not sure if we've got this. We're going to check right now, but I'm almost positive it's here. Yes. So if you go onto, let's go back to here. If you go onto oursynergyfamily.com, and what we've been doing for the last 2 months is showing you how to build out your synergy funnel. If you click on the icon for your synergy funnel and you scroll down, and you'll scroll down to section number 3, step 3, client and engage, you will find a video here on the Mega Match compensation, Synergy Worldwide's dual linear Mega Match compensation plan. So you can watch that on your own. I want to go back to today's presentation. And of those 7 streams of income, here are the 3 that you want to key into, and making sure that you're maximizing your potential for these 3 components of the 7 streams of income: elite rebates, basic commissions, and mega matches. Now, we have a wide variety of people who are on today's presentation. Some have been in Synergy Worldwide for a long period of time. Some are relatively new. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of what each of these 3 represents in terms of how Synergy provides compensation in that area. So the first one is elite rebates. On your Tracking Center 1, your monthly auto ship, if you're on one, creates a CV, or what's called commissionable volume. Any personal orders that you place on your Tracking Center 1, and any of your customers, when they order product, whatever their order is, the CV value of that order goes on your Tracking Center 1. We also have people on this Saturday presentation that are in the United States, but we also have some people that are in Europe that are on our Saturday morning presentation. So in the United States, anything above 150 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1 makes you eligible for what's called an elite rebate, a 25% rebate. So once I've achieved 150 CV of volume on my Tracking Center 1, anything above that, I'm going to earn a 25% rebate coming back from Synergy Worldwide that they pay out on a weekly basis. So for example, today through next Friday is the defining period that any customers or anything that I order personally on my Tracking Center 1 and create CV volume above the 150, 25% of that is going to be paid out to me the following Friday from Synergy Worldwide. So whatever you achieve in that week, the following Friday, Synergy pays that to you on a weekly basis. Now, on a monthly basis, Synergy pays you basic commissions and mega matches. Basic commissions are 10% minus adjustments. I've never ever found it less to be 7%. So from a math standpoint, it's always easier to multiply by 7% than by 7.348 or whatever it might be for that month. So I'm just going to use 7% to figure basic commissions, and basic commission is paid on the organizational volume in your lesser leg. In Synergy Worldwide, it's a dual linear, meaning there's 2 sides, left and right. At the end of the month, whichever side has the least amount of volume is considered to be your lesser leg, and you get paid your basic commission off of that organizational volume. And then the last part that we want to focus on are what are called mega matches. Mega matches are a dollar-for-dollar match on the basic commission of everyone you have personally sponsored into Synergy Worldwide, as long as you're qualified on your Tracking Center 1 for that month. So if you've met your Tracking Center 1 qualification and someone that you've personally sponsored into Synergy Worldwide earns a basic commission on their lesser leg volume, whatever that basic commission that they've earned, you earn a dollar-for-dollar match. And the beauty of the mega match is you're not limited on the number of mega matches that you can earn, meaning that if I've got one person I've sponsored, I have the potential for 1 mega match. But if I've sponsored 100 people, then I have the potential for 100 mega matches. Also, wherever that person is sponsored in your Synergy organization, it doesn't matter. They can be on your lesser leg or your strong leg. They could be 1 generation from you, or they could be 1,000 generations away from you. If you personally sponsored them and you're qualified on your Tracking Center 1 for that month and they earn a basic commission, you then dollar for dollar match their basic commission. So with those three streams of income in mind, we want to begin to come back to this question: is it economically viable for you to build a synergy business? Now, one of the things that we've also put in place personally is what we call the 10-10 Club. The 10-10 Club gives you a roadmap, gives you guidelines on how to best build your synergy business to be able to put yourself in the best position to harness the benefits of the synergy compensation plan, specifically elite rebates, basic commissions, and mega matches. And the 10-10 Club, you'll notice, there's two 10s that make up the 10-10 Club. The first 10 represents building your synergy customer base to the point where you have at least 10 monthly customer orders. And the second 10 represents 10 personally sponsored team members. You could have a lot of team members in your organization as people replicate the 10-10 Club, but your goal is to try and build or sponsor and work with 10 personally sponsored team members. And again, we also show you a system for proper sponsoring and placement so that you can make sure that as you grow your distributor base, the people that are joining you, your team members, and helping them bring their team members into Synergy worldwide, you're balancing the left and right-hand sides of your organization, especially in the beginning for new distributors. Now, with that in mind, let's begin to look at cash flow through elite rebates. So we have to make some assumptions. In like anything, when you show income projections, you're making those income projections based upon assumptions. Sometimes, when you live in life throws you variables. So I can't show you all variables because then, we would be looking at tables till infinity. But here in this example, we're looking to build our 10 monthly orders, 10 customer monthly orders to 10. Build it to 10, and then we're going to look at 15 and 20, and we're going to assume that the average CV per order is 150. And what does that look like on our Tracking Center 1 volume minus that threshold of 150? That gives us the volume that is available to us for elite rebates. What does that do for us on a monthly basis and a yearly basis? So you can see from this table that I have 3 lines: 10 customer orders per month, 15, and 20. All the other parameters basically stay the same. So you can see how your CV volume, after you minus out your threshold, getting paid at 25%. So if I've got 10 monthly orders that average 150 CV per order, I'm going to earn $337.50 in elite rebates times 12. That's a $4,000 yearly income for my Synergy business. So how does that compare to working part-time at 10 hours? Well, what was that figure for 10 hours working part-time? Basically $6,800. So you can see that if I wanted, just from cash flow through my customers, to be able to equal to a part-time job at 10 hours at $13 an hour, I would basically want to build my customer base to the point where I'm seeing 15 customer orders per month. The goal of every business is to be able to go in and build your client base. There's no business in America that doesn't earn income without a client. Even the businesses that service our federal government, their client is the federal government. So they have to provide a service to their client. If they do, they get paid. So any business is based upon clients, customers. Your Synergy business is no different. And if you treat it like a true business, where you do gain clients, customers, you can then create the cash flow that would be equal to a 10-hour-a-week part-time job. But the beauty of the synergy business is you're just not one compensation program. Elite Rebates is just one of 7, and it's one of the 3 that you want to focus in on. So this is creating cash flow. Customers create cash flow. Always remember, your customers have a value to you because they create cash flow. Cash flow operates your synergy business. Cash flow is why you got a part-time job, to have extra cash coming into your family so that you could use that cash for something. Offsetting bills, or fueling a vacation, or taking care of kids' college education, or whatever it might be. Now, residual income through basic commissions. So we need to understand how this works. If I've got 10 customer orders, if I've got a person that I've personally sponsored and I placed them in my organization, my goal is to help them build their customer base. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to help them that for the time that they're going to spend in their synergy business, I want to help them create cash. I want to help them see the value of having 10 customer orders per month, that creates for them an extra $4,000 in yearly income. And that if you keep building your customer base where you get to 15 customer orders a month, you've got a $6,300 income stream coming into your family situation. That's nice. That's nice. It's not financial independence, but it is nice extra revenue in a business that you're not having to work for someone other than yourself. So going back to this, if I can help that individual understand this process, and they have 1,500 CV of volume on their tracking center 1, how does Synergy pay that out in what's called basic commission? Well, they're underneath you, so they're in your organization. They're creating what's called organizational volume. What is the organizational volume of someone who has 1,500 CV on their tracking center 1? Well, the way it works is you have 1,500 CV minus the threshold of 150. So you've got 1,350 CV that's paid out, that is used for commissions. So you take that and divide it by 2, 675. You add back in the 150. So we can get bogged down in the way that Synergy computes this, but what it represents is if I can help every Synergy distributor understand the benefit of customers and help them grow their Synergy customer base to 10 orders a month, they will most likely represent to me 825 CV of organizational volume. Now, again, we've done videos on proper sponsoring and placement. You can find them on our Synergy Family website. As I build personally sponsored distributors and help them understand the concept of customers creating cash flow, and as they use the 1010 Club to also use a guideline for structuring their Synergy business, and then using the 1010 Club to help the people that they personally sponsor apply the same principles. Let's build your Synergy business so that you've got a customer base that is creating 10 monthly orders, and that you're looking to sponsor 10 people in Synergy Worldwide, personally sponsor them in Synergy Worldwide, and replicate that same process. So as people who are business builders continue to grow their Synergy business, whether you've sponsored them or they've sponsored people. So for example, if I've sponsored Harriet in my lesser leg, and Harriet takes the 1010 Club and begins to build, everyone that Harriet brings into Synergy Worldwide is also on my lesser leg. So as people build their customer base, you can see that the amount of organizational volume continues to increase. And on a 7% income or a 7% basic commission, you can see what that does from a monthly standpoint, and you can see what it does from an annual income. That if I've got 10 business builders on my lesser leg who have their 10 customer orders per month, they're creating 8,250 CV of volume. That's $577.50 in basic commission times 12. That's $6,900 of annual income. So is it worth spending time with both those people that you've personally sponsored as well as other people that they've brought in to your synergy business to underneath you? Is it worth spending time? Is it worth my time every week here to do the Saturday program, as well as worth my time to spend with individuals, and I'll come to this in just a second, to help them understand how to implement the 10-10 Club for themselves and implement marketing strategies to grow their customer base and be able to attract business builders to them? Absolutely, it's worth my time, because as I help them be successful in gaining their client base and then helping them be successful in attracting business builders to them, other team members that want to join Synergy worldwide with them, and then helping them teach those team members how to build their customer base, it just represents increased organizational volume. And if I've got 10 people on my lesser leg doing that, that time investment is worth that, because now I'm actually above a part-time income of 10 hours a week at $13 an hour. So that's a second stream of income. This is residual income that Synergy pays out on a monthly basis. But there's also what's called mega matches. Again, mega matches is me or you earning a dollar for dollar match on the basic commission of everyone that you've personally sponsored into Synergy worldwide. Now, if I've achieved my goal of the 10-10 Club of having 10 personally sponsored business builders who are committed to building their Synergy business, and I've helped them understand how to gain their 10 customer orders per month and how to build their Synergy business so that they are also sponsoring people and teaching them the same principles of the 10-10 Club and replicating that down through their organization, they're going to start earning basic commission. So all I did is I took these basic commissions here and I just put them down here in this table, second column. I've got 10 personally sponsored distributors. I could have more and I could have less. But using 10 for the example purpose, and as they increase their basic commission, you can see that it's a basic commission times 10. Doesn't matter, left side, right side, weak leg, strong leg, lesser leg, strong leg, one generation from me, 1,000 generations from me, it doesn't matter as long as I personally sponsored them, they earn a basic commission. I earn a mega match off of that. If I've got 10 and the basic commission is $57.75, my mega match for the month is $577.50. That's an annual income through mega matches of $69,000. So you can see that if I just have 10 personally sponsored distributors, helping them earn at least $57.75 a month in basic commission, that is equal to or greater than a part-time job at $13 an hour, putting in $10 or putting in 10 hours per week. Now, compared to an annual salary, you can see that if I can help 10 of my personally sponsored distributors get up to earning $577.50 a month in basic commission, that is more than what the average annual income is here in America. And you can see how this exponentially begins to increase as you help your 10 personally sponsored distributors apply a system that harnesses the three main ways that you can get paid in Synergy Worldwide to create both cash flow and residual income. Elite rebates through customers and residual income through basic commissions and mega matches. So again, I've got this thing here, illustration purposes only, because in real life there are multiple variables, but it comes down to the question that I asked a couple questions at the beginning, but the one question I asked, is it economically worthwhile having a Synergy business? Now, I can't answer that for you. And this is being recorded. And so for the people who are watching this recording, I can't answer it for you either. But I can answer it for myself personally. Yes, it is economically worthwhile having a Synergy business, not just from the intrinsic aspect of helping people improve their health, which is what is my motivating factor, but in my motivating factor of helping people improve their health, I'm also creating for myself cash flow and residual income that makes my time spent in Synergy Worldwide worthwhile and valuable. So here's my suggestions to you, that if you answer yes to this question, is it economically worthwhile having a Synergy business, then here's my suggestions to you. 1, commit to 10 hours per week. All right? That means you're going to work, and you need to implement your marketing strategy, because you're not going to build anything without a marketing strategy. Set up accountability. I have an accountability person that I meet with every Friday. That person helps me make sure that what I've committed to, I get done. Because it's too easy for Dan Hammer to let Dan Hammer off, or allow distractions to come into my life so that I don't do what I'm supposed to do to build my Synergy business. So I have an accountability person that I meet with every week. And what we do is we send to each other what we're going to accomplish between the time that we meet and the next time that we meet. And we hold each other accountable, because what that does is it moves our Synergy businesses forward. 4, grow your customer base. 5, attract business builders. And 6, use the 10-10 Club to guide your progress. So, customer base. Meet a health need with Synergy products. We have a fantastic lineup of Synergy products, and we live in America that has a large number of health needs. So you could use nitric oxide therapy as your marketing strategy to address cardiovascular health concerns and do it naturally in our product of choice is ProArginine Plus. Or you could address weight management issues, because now over half of America is overweight and a third of America is obese. And so you could use a weight management strategy to help people get a handle on their weight, improve their health, improve their gut digestion by using the Biome Protect Kit as the product of choice. We have cholesterol concerns, especially as the medical profession continues to lower the level of total cholesterol that they want you on a statin drug. So there's a large number of people that are on some type of statin drug who don't like side effects that come from those statin drugs. And so there's a whole marketing strategy that you could use to help people who have cholesterol concerns and are on a statin drug to look at a natural way to address their cholesterol concerns through our product of choice, Metabolic LDL. There are plenty of people in America that are using 5-Hour Energy and other types of energy drinks that are caffeine based, anhydrous caffeine based with high sugar amounts, that gives them temporary energy and has them crash and burn and affects their health, where we could show them a natural way to improve their energy with guarana, with B vitamins, with hardly any sugar, with a Proctin E9 that can naturally harness their energies for long-term energy and no crash and burn at the end. And then there's a whole skincare industry that's here in America, and we've got the Trulim products. So you have plenty of options to find customers. You just need to decide your marketing strategy and then begin to implement how you're going to deploy that marketing strategy in your 10 hours per week. Business builders. If I could show you how you can make an extra $300 to $500 per month working 10 hours per week and helping people improve their health, would you be interested? Doesn't mean that they're going to join you, but you're going to find out whether they have an interest. And if they have an interest, then those are people that you want to sit down, show them how the Synergy products can benefit multiple health issues, what one health issue resonates with them. You can show them how they can create their customer base and how out of their customer base they can be earning $300 to $500 per month, working part-time, 10 hours a week, and helping people improve their health. So there's a lot of people out there that will resonate with wanting to help others improve their health. And if I spend 10 hours a week doing this, I have the potential to make an extra $300 to $500 a month. And then you can show them how they can go beyond that in residual income by attracting other people who answer yes to that question just like they did and implement a Synergy business and implement it properly by, again, committing to 10 hours per week, implementing a marketing strategy, setting up an accountability group, growing their customer base, attracting business builders, and then using the 10-10 Club to guide their progress as they build their Synergy organization to help keep them properly structured and helping the people that they brought into Synergy worldwide replicate and duplicate that same process. So do I have any questions from anyone on today's presentation? I'm not going to go in. There's quite a few people that are on today's presentation. I'm not going to go in and unmute everyone because we'll have a lot of background noise, but you can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat box. I hear someone.
Hey, Dan, it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
Let me get into a quiet place. So this was absolutely fabulous. I love the charts, and I'm not really a numbers person like you are, but it makes it so easy just to see. And it's, you know, it's the truth. It is absolutely the truth. You know, you can change the numbers as long as you have that basis. You can change the numbers for where you are in your business and see if you come near those numbers, and if not, why not? So thank you so much for that. And if I could just say one thing, you know, you mentioned residual income, and if I could just spend a moment to comment on that.
Go ahead.
So, you know, I think we don't, I never talked about residual income in the way that I've experienced it in the last couple months, because I've had a Synergy business and I've been working on my Synergy business, and it, you know, you work on it and it grows. Well, the nice thing about residual income is if something happens, if you happen to have surgery, get in an accident, you know, something happens with your family, you have that residual income continuing to come in, even though at the moment you cannot continue to work your Synergy business. And believe me, it is such a blessing to see those deposits in the checking account when you've really done nothing specifically in almost 2 months to warrant that money coming in. So I just thought I would comment on that.
I'm glad that you did that, Judy, because as you were commenting on it, the immediate word that entered my mind was pension. So my wife, Sherry, put in, I don't know, I think it was 25 years in the school district. She was a special education coordinator. I mean, that is a very tough job. She did it for 25 years. It became it became tougher and tougher as the state continued to put guidelines on terms of performance. You know, you're asking performance levels for people that have challenges, and they're supposed to perform like people who don't have challenges. And so paperwork became astronomical. Well, what I'm saying is she spent 25 years and she now has a pension. Every month, she gets X amount of dollars out of the pension system for the teacher's retirement system. That's her residual income. And she has a nice residual income. But you know what? You could do that same thing in your synergy business in 5 to 10 years. And then, as you talked about, whether it be from an accident where you can't really do your synergy business like you were doing before as you're recovering, or there are some people in Synergy worldwide that are making some really nice residual income that are no longer spending the kind of time that they did at the beginning of their Synergy business, and they're now reaping the rewards of that residual income coming into them on a consistent basis. Yeah, what you just talked about, Judy, residual income, not in the short term, but also in the long-term aspect, is powerful. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Anyone else have any comments or suggestions or questions before we say goodbye today?
Hello, Dan. It's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
Like Judy said, this is such a eye-opener, great presentation. And I want to personally thank you for the steps that you've been taking me and the others through all these years. And I'm kind of in the second category, meaning my residual income now makes me residual income, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So I've found a way how to add or to use my residual income as part of the synergy business. And I want to thank you again personally for working with me this past week in helping through the webinar, the Zoom platform, and helping a couple of people get on board. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And so Donald, I want to take that last comment that you made and help people understand. You know, one of the things that network marketers talk about is doing a three-way call. All right. So, you know, you get a person on the phone and then you three-way them into their sponsor. Well, the modern day version of doing that I prefer is to do it with Zoom. And that's what Donald and I have done. Donald has a person who has seen significant improvements on the Synergy product, wants to share this with other people. And so what we've done is we've set up a time. Donald lets me know what that time is, and then we all meet on Zoom. And then that person who has joined Donald in his Synergy organization, she then brings people into her office off of Zoom platform, and then we can talk to that individual. And if we need to show something on the screen, we can do that. I can show my screen, whereas I could never do that on a phone. Well, maybe you could, but I don't know how to do it. But I can easily do it on Zoom. And so we've done multiple presentations for this new individual that's joined Donald in his Synergy business. And what she's seen is that those individuals that she's brought into her office, and they've been able to ask questions, and we answer their questions, we show them, and we show them, again, going back to this aspect here, customers. What are we doing? We're helping those customers, those potential customers of her, meet their health needs with a Synergy product. They're now buying the Synergy product, in this case, Progen Plus, typically a Jumbo Jar Plus One. That volume is going on her tracking center 1, and she's earning an elite rebate. So that's $42.50 that she earned when that person buys the Jumbo Jar Plus One, because she was qualified on her tracking center 1 at the 150 CV threshold. and we're now putting money into her pocket. That money in her pocket motivates her because she has a motivation to help people improve their health, and she's also earning income off of it. So, and she's got a system that's pretty easy. Set up Zoom conference calls, bring them in, we talk to them, we show them, they get on the product, she earns income. Some of those individuals may want to then do the synergy business, and they see a model that they can replicate. Oh, I can just bring people and you guys will do a Zoom presentation for them. Absolutely. And then what Donald's also seen is that she is in his lesser leg. So she has created organizational volume that he got paid a 7%, most likely more than that, basic commission on. So Donald benefits by seeing his organizational volume increase on basic commissions, which is his residual income. I sponsored Donald, so it's worth my time to invest with Donald to do these things because I then make a match off of Donald's basic commission. It's a win-win-win situation, whereas a lot of business is win-lose. I got to take away your client. I got to take away your customer. I got to take away your government contract. I got to do this to you so I can gain this for me. We don't have to do that in synergy. I can assist Donald with the people that he brings in, use my time effectively with Donald. Those are typically 15-minute presentations, and then we're off. And it results in a sale. $42.50. That's not bad income for 15 minutes of time. Now it's just, as Judy talked about, where do you scale it in your synergy business? If you're not making enough in your cash flow, then you got to scale up. It means you got to talk to more people, bring more customers into it, have a system in place, your marketing strategy, working smart, having a level of accountability to others, and you're going to begin to see your synergy business grow and foster. Yes, David.
Excuse me, Dan. I just wanted to mention that first of all, it's a fantastic presentation. Thank you, because we know it, but when we hear it again, it kind of refocuses the very very rare opportunity we have. The people that are just starting, or myself, that I've been in it for a while, are in a very unique call or a unique opportunity as it compares to other multi-level marketing companies and the support you get from the other multi-level marketing companies if we've been in some before, and I was in one right before Synergy. And the unique opportunity is then these kinds of webinars, these kinds of training, the kind of resources we have that you for the most part have developed, Dan, but now with the recordings, it's unique. And I say it's unique because where you explain the opportunities of creating residual income, I have experienced it. And I have seen that consistently working, and you put it perfectly, a part-time job, no more than maybe 2 hours a day, maybe 3 hours a day in my case, will through the efforts of being consistent, begin creating volume. And I saw it when, of course, my wife Betsy was able to start paying, or the money she received when she was in my organization very, very early on when I put her there. She does hardly anything, whereas in the beginning she couldn't understand why I was spending so much time working and not getting a paycheck every week. She eventually realized that it's paying for her Mustang. She's getting her car payments done every single month simply by being in my organization early on. And of course, I get income also, and it really works. Now, one more thing I'll say is that, we have to be consistent, because as I have done lately, I've been distracted with other things and other businesses I have, the volume will go down. But through the marketing strategy, refocusing and re-energizing the marketing strategy and applying it, it all starts coming back. So that's what I wanted to say, Dan. So it's a real great opportunity. I say unique with the support we have with these kind of webinars, with the explanations you're giving. All we have to do, especially the people that are starting, is just stay consistent, and it'll happen. It'll just materialize. Stay, and it's important, the distraction, Dan. Every week I get distracted by people who want me to join another multi-level marketing organization. And certainly, if I let myself get distracted, you'll never get anything done. But if you focus, decide on your the marketing strategy, put together a plan and implement it and be consistent with it, and just go for it. It'll happen. So thanks again, Dan, for everything you do.
You're welcome, David. I love working with you, and one of the things that David and I do is we meet every week now. And we've implemented a marketing strategy. That strategy is now in place. Now it's a process of driving traffic. And the next step is, okay, what is the next step of helping David build his customer base? And so we have a level of accountability each week to each other. I've got things that I'm going to help David with. He's got things that he needs to do that I'm not going to do for him. And we come together each week and we look at where we're at in the process and what do we need to do the next week to move the business forward. Because when you do that, you then gain income. Customers create cash flow. Business builders create residual income. Thank you, David. Appreciate you.
Sure thing, Dan. Thanks.
Any final thoughts before we say goodbye? All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for being with us. This has been recorded. It'll go up on our YouTube channel on Monday. The newsletter goes out on Tuesday. You'll have a link to that recording. And then I will also take this PDF that I've got, and I'll also give you a link to it, and we'll put it up onto our Synergy family. Most likely I'll put it into the funnel one, our Synergy funnel, so that it's there for people, because this is an important aspect that if you're going to do a Synergy business, you want to create income, cash flow for your business through customers, and residual income through your business builders in the form of basic commissions and mega matches. And we didn't even talk about leadership bonuses. So a lot of potential, but it's up to you to make that decision. And then you've got to go to work. Thanks, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday.